Resident Evil Veronica is the long requested remake of the classic sequel, rebuilt in the RE engine by the teams behind Resident Evil 2 and 4 remakes. Picking up 3 months after Raccoon City, Claire Redfield hunts for her missing brother across a remote prison island and a frozen Antarctic facility with Albert Wesker pulling strings from the shadows. It arrives in 2027. Check it out.
Don't move, Claire Redfield.
Cronos Lazarus is an upcoming combat-heavy chapter in the Bloober team's grim, retro-futuristic wasteland. Step into the boots of the warden, severed from the collective and racing to revive a lost essence before he is shut down. Using teleport strikes, decoys, and brief invincibility, while a relentless engineer stalks his every move. It lands in fall of 2026.
To haunt me. It was her. Always her.
Ill is an upcoming first-person body horror game from Team Cloud, a studio stacked with film effects veterans set in a crumbling Eastern European research fort overrun by grotesque aberrations. It delivers brutal physics-driven combat, an advanced dismemberment system, scarce ammo, and enemies that cannot be killed at all, forcing you to run and hide. After more than a million wishlists, it claws its way in 2027.
Surprisingly lively for someone who just came out of a coma.
If you want to survive, you gotta hustle. You fell from the moon.
I will help you, but you must not go there.
I'll take my chances. Turns out I'm a lucky man.
You'll find nothing there but death.
Well, good luck. Keep quiet in there.
Is an upcoming 4-player psychological horror game that weaponizes your own trust. Playing as scared Victorian thieves, you enter a shifting mansion to steal the roses of the night, while the night itself listens to your proximity chat, mimics the voices of the fallen teammates, and feeds on your collapsing sanity. The labyrinth rearranges in real time and death is permanent.
And keep it quiet. We don't know what happens in there, but that place, it twists men.
We are there. What are you doing?
Answer. And above all, remember, those places must remain closed. You see, it's a simple job. Break in, take it, get out. That's all.
Lost Harbor is an upcoming open-world multiplayer survival game from Tiny Build that makes the ocean your only refuge from the undead. Stranded on a boat off the Pacific Northwest coast, your vessel becomes your mobile base, crafting hub, and last line of defense. Venture ashore for fuels and medicine, but rival flares will gut you for your loot just as fast as any horde. Liminal Point is an upcoming isometric survival horror game from indie studio Hideworks, inspired by games such as Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and Signalis. Players follow Lyra, a former rock musician, pulled back into the fog-drenched island of Ashen Point by a cryptic voicemail tied to her band's tragic collapse, juggling scarce resources and twisted creatures as reality itself starts to bend. It arrives late 2026.
Did you forget what happened on that night? This place remembers, and so do I. I'll be waiting, so come and find me.
Silent Hill Townfall is the strangest swing of the Silent Hill Renaissance and the series' first true first-person entry. Developed by Scottish studio Screenburn, it treads American for the fog-choked village of St. Amelia in the 1996. Simon Ordell keeps washing off offshore with no memory whatsoever. Guided by a handheld CRTV that reveals creatures hidden in its static. It launches on consoles in September 2026.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
You can't fix it.
it doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
The Sinking City 2 is an upcoming low-crafting survival horror game from Frogware set in a drowned, rotten version of 1920s. Players control Calvin Rafferty, and a cult adventurer whose botched dreaming ritual left his partner trapped in an unwakeable sleep, exploring by foot and boat while fighting the slither eldritch parasites that puppet the dead. It surfaces in August 2026.
Please remain seated in the main hall and await further instructions. Your safety in this new world is our absolute priority.
Calvin, my love.
Faye?
Let me touch you. Don't leave me.
I have poured every waking moment since the train. Every ounce of my soul into bringing you back. It's taken everything I have. Sorry I'm late.
Did you get it? Was there any trouble?
I never get in trouble.
You get in trouble all the time. What?
Faye Adelaide Bennett.
Calvin!
Will you contact a god with me?
State of Decay 3 is the most ambitious zombie survival sim Undead Labs has ever attempted to build, leading a community of survivors through a world ravaged by blood, plague. Players scavenge, build settlements, fight through a map roughly 4 times larger than the last game, with evolving plague nests acting on their own agenda and a shared world co-op for up to 4 players. It closes out in 2027.
Survivors found each other, built walls, pushed back against the night. We'll always have each other's back. Because the world has become more dangerous than ever. The dead aren't just wandering anymore. They hunt. Doesn't matter what you believe. What matters is that when the dead come through the dark, so do we.
Swan Last Paradise is an upcoming third-person multiplayer survival game from Nexon set in the ruined streets of Seoul. Players manage their shelter by day, then slip into the infected city at night to scavenge for supplies. But the dead are only half the tragedy because the hostile players hunt the same loot, and one bad wound can end a run.
चलो बाबा 하나 건졌네. 됐다. 가자.
Cody is the most mysterious game on this list, and that is exactly how Hideo Kojima wants it. Co-written with Jordan Peele and published by Xbox Game Studio, this horror experience blurs the line between game and film, starring Sophia Lillis and Hunter Schafer, and is built around testing what it means to overdose on fear. Platforms and release date remains under wraps. Blight Survival is an upcoming co-op medieval action horror game over $1.5 million wish list, set in an alternative 14th century where the Black Death has mutated into something far worse. You and up to your 3 friends play faceless knights, carving through the no man's land between the warring kingdoms with deep directional combat, and death costs you everything in this game. Clive Bacon, Hellraiser's Revival is the first real Hellraiser game ever made, built by Saber Interactive with Backer's direct involvement. Playing as Eden, you wield the Genesis configuration puzzle box to drag your girlfriend back from the labyrinth, calming hellish powers and earthy weapons against Cenobites and cultists, with Doc Bradley returning as Pinhead. It tears open in October 2026.
You know nothing about the true beauty of suffering. I see your intrigue, your fear, your inability to comprehend these sights. But you call for us, and you can no longer return. You can only journey deeper into hell and witness the infinite terror within. The reckoning will be transcendent.
Alien Isolation 2 is the long-awaited sequel more than a decade in the making from Creative Assembly. Set months after the original game, new protagonist Blake is hunted across the storm-ravaged colony world. Claustrophobic corridors of Kurosaki Station now open into rain-lashed interiors, and the alien has been trained to hunt you out there. It stalks players in 2027. Alien Deathstorm is an original sci-fi action horror shooter from Rebellion with no xenomorphs in sight. So, playing as combat engineers sent to a silent off-world colony, you arrive to find the place torn apart by planet-wide megastorm and overrun by unknown alien horrors, welding doors, seals, and hunting shelter as hurricane winds shred structures in real time.
Reaching survival threshold. Seek shelter.
Metro 2039 is the darkest, most brutal entry the series has ever attempted. From 4A Games, this fourth mainline chapter drops Artyom for a new protagonist called the Stranger, a reclusive who is dragged back into the tunnels of Moscow, now united under a fascist regime called Novorossiysk. Expect claustrophobic stealth, scarce resources, and radiation management. It surfaces in February 2027.
Spreads like a plague. Eats you from within. Every step and every move drowns you deeper in lies. Your lies. And now, Hunter, that legendary Spartan is gone. Turned to ash. I won't stop until the Führer burns with him.
Deep is an upcoming Lovecraftian narrative horror game that trades outer space for the crushing dark of the Arctic Ocean. Playing as a submarine pilot turned investigator, you descend into the frozen abyss to uncover a cover-up disaster at a research institute beneath. The ice, deploying a drone to reach the places you cannot. And the deeper you go, the less you understand.
On the brink of human knowledge. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do of the bottom of the sea. You may discover things down here that clash with your view of the world. Things you like to dismiss or distance yourself from. If, or rather, When that happens, I must simply urge you to keep an open mind.
Cronos is the spiritual successor to Soma from fictional games, a decade in the making, set on Samsara, an opulent moon hotel built atop a failed mining colony. Players follow Aditi Amani through non-linear experiments, disturbing scenarios with no signpost solutions and real moral weights. No jump scares here, just deep existential terror that lingers. It arrives in 2026.
That's why all of us are here. You want to understand, to know. Then you have to step beyond the walls surround you. Play your father's game. Push the very limits until even reality itself breaks.
Until Dawn brings the branching teen horror formula back more than a decade after the original, this time from Fire Sprite. Treading the snowy mountain for deserted tropical island of Akishima, it follows the crew of a paranormal channel that face every scare until a chilling story starts manifesting for real. The butterfly effect returns and every choice decides who lives and who dies. Valor Mortis is an upcoming first-person Souls-like game from the creators of Ghost Runners, set in a supernatural plagued reimagining of the Napoleonic War. Players rise from the battlefield grave as William, a soldier of the Grande Armée, reborn with corrupting power in his veins, fighting former comrades turned undead abominations with parries, dashes, and firearms. It rises in October 2026.
Knight, are you out there? We gotta go. Run!
I have a bad feeling.
Let's get rid of it.
Grip it tight.
Go! He's coming! Through there!
Take a deep breath.
Fuck! Which way?
Steady the mind.
We're gonna have to jump!
There's rocks down there!
Go!
Can you do what needs to be done?